Tom put it best. What a dark time in Philly sports it has been. We go up, we go down, and we know that as a city. But it really feels like the Phillies, the Flyers, and the Sixers specifically are kind of doomed for the next year or two, and there's not really anything to be excited about. We will get into that later. We will find some bright spots for you. I'm Dalton from 302 Birds. I'm blessed to be here tonight with Mr. Josh, Mr. Jack, a.k.a. the mayor of Newark, and Tommy Boy, Ball Pop Tommy. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Fun as hell.
Could be better.
Rough weekend.
Yeah, rough weekend for Josh for sure.
Yeah, you were in Delaware. Of course it was a rough weekend. It sucks.
Let's just say if a little lady's listening to the podcast tonight,
all right,
that says hi.
I met two fine ladies from Jersey, and they said they enjoy the Delaware beaches better than the Jersey Shore.
True. That is facts. They did say that.
So
they're from Central Jersey, they said, which doesn't exist.
That's some BS. That's some BS.
Is there a Central Delaware?
It's not. It is. Yeah, there's no Central
Delaware.
Oh my God, no, there isn't. There's a Delaware. There is no North or South Delaware. It's just Delaware.
You're not a real Delawarean, Dalton.
There's also not a North and South Jersey. It's just one state. I don't know why.
Actually, I would say there's Upper Delaware and Lower Slower Delaware. That's about it.
There's levels to this shit right now of where we're at. You got Josh over here who thinks that all states are just a state and there is no North-South state. I think Jersey's big enough that it's in North and South. I feel like Tom and I are reading from the same sheet of music, but Delaware is fucking small. I'm sorry, Jack. I love Delaware. Delaware's my favorite state. But there's no fucking such thing as Central Jersey. That's why that girl you met this weekend, if she's listening to the podcast, Jack said call him. But he did also say that you were from Central Jersey, and I told him that disqualifies your answer immediately.
Nope.
Yes.
All right. I mean, you guys are – Jack's going to disagree with me on this and everybody else is. So why don't we just get my ass whooping out of the way now. Guys, I'll just take it first. Cam Newton should potentially come to this team as a backup QB. I know it sounds insane right now, but I've really been thinking about it. He's 33 years old. Yeah, that's
You're just fucking wrong. You're just fucking wrong.
Let me have my piece. And you can do into me all you want. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Anyway, he was a 2015 MVP. I think he fits the system and style. He's got experience. I mean, when I was watching a little bit of film today on Jalen Hurts, I was sitting down analyzing no, I'm just fucking with you guys. But seriously, no, I think that their play style is kind of similar. And I think that Cam could kind of show Jalen Hurts some stuff that he can, utilize. If you do get rid of Gardner Minshew, bring him in as a backup, I think, on a one-year deal, something cheap, because no team has signed him yet. And the NFL, unfortunately, is at a QB surplus right now, I think, where basically there's too many quarterbacks. That's why Baker fucking Mayfield is a backup, because he's probably going to end up starting 6 games because Watson's going to get injured again. So at the end of the day, I think having a good backup QB, we've seen what it can do for a franchise. And if Jalen Hurts goes out next year and ends up having a really good year like Carson Wentz did his 3rd year, and we have an insane record, but then something bad happens, you have a veteran QB with a little bit of upside and a little bit of clutchness, I like to say, that I feel like could maybe give you a chance. That's all I got. Anyway, I'll let Jack just go right for it.
Yeah, no, I don't know. He's just a cancer to teams. You saw him try to remake the Panthers team last year and didn't do much. He's washed. I think he's very washed right now. He hasn't really had a good season since he's been bouncing around the league. If we cut ties with Gardner Minshew, we have a nice backup, and that's Carson Strong. Carson Strong is going to fit that spot perfectly. Minshew may go, like we said last week, may go to the Panthers or something like that. But I don't think we need somebody like Cam Newton on our team. I just think he's going to bring bad vibes to the locker room, and I just think that it's better off we don't have him on the team at all. And Jalen Hurts, I mean, him, I think we're probably going to hit it later, but him redoing his throwing ability, I think this is going to be a great season for the Eagles.
Great point. I do like what you said too, Jack, about cancer to the locker room. That's the one thing I do worry with Cam. He's a fucking alpha personality.
He's definitely not a cancer to the locker room. A lot of his players, like all his teammates, have said like good things about him. Here's the deal: if you want to bring him in to like mentor Jalen Hurts because they kind of have the same like play type of deal, like they're run first quarterback. Okay, that's fine. But Jalen Hurts is fine at running the ball. He just needs help on his throwing mechanics. And Cam Newton, once upon a time, was great. This is nothing against Cam Newton. He's just old. His shoulder is like paper mache right now. Dude just throws rockets in the dirt. Like if Jalen Hurts goes down, Cam Newton is not winning you a football game. Gardner Minshew can. We already saw that. But I like if there's no backup, like if this was like a Josh McCown like player coach thing for Carson Wentz, all right, I can get it, but it's too late. I don't think it'll help. And I don't trust Cam Newton to win a game. The dude just can't throw anymore. His shoulder is wrecked. Like he just cannot place the ball anywhere where it needs to go.
Yeah, he's washed.
Yeah, and he was a great player. Like that MVP season was great. Like he might be in his prime. He might have been like the most athletic player in the NFL, like throughout any position. But he's just old. He's old and he's hurt.
Yeah, that's true. Tom?
I have to take Dutch's side on this one.
Oh, dear God.
And here's why.
I'm a salesman at trade.
I know. So let's start with Jack's point. We have Carson Strong. Cam Newton would be our third string quarterback. You trade Gardner Minshew, who a lot of teams want right now because they don't even have like a semi-decent quarterback. So they kind of want Gardner Minshew.
Wait, can we go back to that for 1 sec? You think Cam would be our third stringer?
Yes.
If we got rid of Minshew and it was Carson Strong, Jalen Hurts, and Cam, do you think Cam would be our third? Wow.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So Lucy, that's the most out-of-pocket thing I've ever heard you say.
I disagree, but go ahead anyway. I just wanted to confirm.
So we would do with him, like Josh was saying, and a Josh McCown situation. Think about it. They had Jalen Hurts and Cam Newton have very similar styles of play. They want to scramble a lot. They want to be able to move a lot. They both kind of took hits early on in their career. Cam Newton eventually learned how to run out of bounds. He could teach Jalen Hurts run out of bounds. He's learning from Tom Brady. Decision making now. This wouldn't be a terrible move from a coaching perspective. And Jalen Hurts already showed he's pretty durable overall. Even though he's a running quarterback, like he's pretty durable. So you might not really need a backup anyway. So you get him cheap, take some money off the payroll, send out Minshew, get some pieces, some other nice backup pieces that you might need at a few other positions. And I don't think this is a terrible idea.
I thought about it too, Tom. And Cam, when was he at his best in New England? When running the ball was working. The Eagles had the number one fucking rushing offense last year. So he doesn't need to come in here and be the Cam Newton that he was in Carolina. He just kind of needs to be a game manager that can scramble if we need it.
Bro, he literally can't throw the ball.
But the thing is, if you any team,
nor could Peyton Manning, yet he won a Super Bowl.
What were you saying, Jack?
At any team that he goes to, if he even goes to a team, he's going to want to have a starting position.
Yeah, that's also kind of true.
Without a doubt. So let's avoid the QB, competition.
But that's good. Jalen Hurts obviously has the job. Let Cam go be second string. Let him have that QB competition that Tom's creating.
That's not who Cam Newton. That's not.
Yeah. I don't think that's a spot for him at all.
Who the hell is this?
Who?
Oh, Jesus.
Is that Greg? Oh, I know who it is. I know exactly who it is. Okay. Yeah, anyway, guys, it's almost time for our next segment in the show.
Have we been infiltrated?
I think we've been infiltrated. And actually, we just haven't been infiltrated, guys. But one of your favorite segments of the show has...
Time for Phillies talk with Bob Connie. Finger stitch!
All right, guys. Obviously, you're wondering who the hell Birds Blow is. I think I have an idea of who it is. I kind of don't. But I'll let Birds Blow take it first because I think Birds Blow, if I'm not mistaken, is actually a Phillies fan. And let's see if you can identify who he is by his voice. Birds Blow, how are you feeling about the Philadelphia Phillies and Joe Girardi's dumbass? Just appreciate this graphic real quick. Sinking a ship. You there? All right, I guess not. We'll come back to you.
Jesus.
Anyway, Tommy boy, it's a sinking ship. You called it. This was your wording, not mine. What the fuck is this guy doing?
He's on the Titanic. He's got $1 million or multi-billion-dollar boat, and he's sinking it just like the Titanic. Hey, this dude doesn't know how to pick players if it could bite him in the ass. Literally, he doesn't even make the simple baseball decisions. Last night, he brought in Jeurys Familia, who didn't even look like he was ready to go into the ball game. Dude had to call time twice. She couldn't figure out how to tie his effing shoes 4 times last night. The fans started booing him because he couldn't even tie his shoes. Couldn't catch, didn't know to run over to cover first base when a ball was hit over that way. Like, he couldn't even do the basics. Every night, tonight they finally, I literally just got it across my phone. Thank God for Schwarber finally won a game, but he's literally lost us. He personally lost us 5 in a row. I blame all 5 losses on him because at one point or another, they had a lead. We gave the Mets their first sweep this season, thanks to that jackass. Yes, we gave life to the struggling Dodgers, thanks to that jackass. Yes, we lost to the Padres. He's 2 out of 3. Jackass. Yes, he's a disgrace to the Italian American community. Hey, I'm ashamed as an Italian American to call this guy a fellow Paisani. He doesn't know how to manage a ball club. The Orioles, those who have scrubs of players, have the same record as us. Are you like, this guy needs to go? I'm done with him.
We're gonna have to pay our listeners like hearing healthcare after listening to Tommy.
Yeah, we're gonna need to give them compensation for that rant.
Yeah.
Zep, what are you thinking about this?
This is what I think. I think the Phillies have had a perfect season, and here's why. Tom, calm down. Here's why. Last night after our loss, the Phillies were a perfect win percentage of .420. Practical joke. It's no longer May baseball. It's June. We're going to take it seriously. We got the .420. Everybody was having laughs. Now we can take it seriously. We're in a perfect position. It's June. We're undefeated in the month of June. Things are looking up. The .420 season will be fine. I think we're solid. I think this was all part of the plan. Also, like, Harper hasn't played in the outfield in like a minute.
6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks. That's like a long time. And Harper is the Michael Jordan of Phillies baseball. That didn't really make any sense. So I think we'll be good. I'm not worried about it. Jackie boy?
Yeah, no, for sure. Joe Girardi is a bum. He is giving the Philadelphia Phillies a bad name. We shouldn't have this terrible of a season this season. We have all the players that we've signed on in the offseason to make us a good squad. And the fact that we can't win a single game, it's kind of sad. Well, not a single game, but we can't win consistent games. It's kind of sad. I mean, bring back Charlie Manuel. Even though people gave him a lot of shit, he won us World Series. And, I mean, yeah, it's like still early in the season, but I'm kind of worried about this season in the future. We need to pick it up.
Early.
What was that?
It's no longer early.
Yeah, I know. It's in the
June. Yeah, it's June baseball. We were at 420. 420.
Yeah, it's in the heat of the moment. You get it because it's the summertime. So we need to have a consistent win record this month, and I think we should be good. So Joe Girardi, fix your shit.
I thought Charlie Emanuel retired. Did we fire
him? He still works.
He's in with the front office.
Well, we brought him back as like a hitting coach like 2 seasons ago, right, or something.
Like with Gabe Kapler's last season with us.
He's the homie.
That's what he's doing right now. Anyway, I'm shocked none of you guys read what's on the bottom.
I said it.
Oh, you did? Sorry, I wasn't listening. Anyway,
Shocker.
we have a 200.
Typical.
I'm going to reiterate it. You're not a Paisan. Get the hell out. I'm not even Italian, and I have already more authority than you because you fucked up so bad to tell you to get out of the Italian family. Anyway, 21 wins for $232 million payroll. The fucking Orioles, who are they the worst team in the MLB, Tom, or in the top 3 worst teams in the MLB?
They're at least the top 3. I'm not sure if they're the worst, but at least top 3.
One of the most ass teams in the MLB. And how many teams are there in the MLB, Tom?
30.
30. That means you lost to a bottom 10% team in the MLB with a $232 million payroll. And this guy, Joe Girardi's just sitting there clapping his hands, chewing fucking big league chew, going, we'll get it. Get out there. We'll be good. We'll be fine. No, we fucking won't. Bryce Harper's injured. Segura broke his hand, if I'm not mistaken. I don't keep up with the Phillies too much. The season's a wash. And you're paying $232 million. And we're already saying, well, I hope we'll be good next year. At least fucking Dollar Dog Night's coming back.
Yeah, but they should have more of those, David. That's another thing. Aaron Moore.
No. They're bringing them back. They're bringing them back. A guy from Crossing Broad sent a video to the Pennsylvania governor, and the Phillies announced they're bringing that back Dollar Dog Night.
Senator Bob Casey. And I know exactly what you're talking about. But you know what? They used to do 1 a month. That's 6 games a year. They only have done 2. They're only bringing back 1 or 2 more, maybe 1 more, for a grand total of 3 for the season. And these bitch asses make millions and billions of dollars. They don't pay their people. They don't.
Off of working class people like you that love dollar dogs.
They charge people an arm and a leg. They hate the average American worker. Aaron Moore is the epitome of corporate greed, and they should rot.
And they haven't even seen every Rocky movie.
I know.
Wow,
all right,
that
let's
actually
just get out all the anger right now on the podcast. Let's just.
I feel better, honestly, after that.
Also, if my iCloud gets hacked because we let birds blow in here without knowing who that was, I'm gonna be pissed.
I know
it was Dan
It was
Matranga.
Andy. It was Andy.
Oh.
Andy was supposed to come on the show, but now he's on YouTube watching. He'll probably be active in the comments. Anyway, Flyers are fucked, Tom. Just get it all out now.
They are fucked. So here's my take on it and how I look at it. You had a really horrible season. And if it was just purely off record like they do in the NFL, we would have the 4th pick. So what's the difference between moving from the 4th to the 5th? Well, in hockey, usually you only have 1 or 3 studs in the draft. Kind of like how the NBA is. It's one of those things where it's top 3 or 4 guys are studs, and everyone else who's in that top 10 they're probably good, but they're not transformational. The Flyers need somebody transformational. Oh, and they're just not going to get it at the 5th overall pick in the draft. They're just not, which sucks. I wish they would have gotten lucky and got something in the top 3. But with a guy like Chuck Fletcher, they probably were going to screw up the pick anyway. He's even worse than Howie. Howie could at least pick up free agents. This Chuck Fletcher guy, he picks up guys that have been out of their prime for at least 5 years. So, yeah, they're kind of screwed for at least 5 or 6 years, or at least until they get rid of Chuck Fletcher, which I hope is soon. I really don't think it was a coaching problem last year. I loved Elaine Vigneault. I really think it's a Chuck Fletcher problem, but Chuck Fletcher's not going to blame himself first. He's going to blame someone else. It's just human nature.
Yeah. I'll take this one next. I don't know too much about hockey, so I'm probably going to fucking embarrass myself, so I'll just try to say not much. What I learned today from Tom is that we have the 5th overall pick, and we had one of the worst overall seasons. So we kind of got screwed there. We weren't the worst team in the NHL, is my understanding, but we were probably in the top 3 worst. And we're not going to get anybody that's going to change our franchise at the 5th overall pick. We're going to get maybe a guy that can maybe be what's it called in hockey again? Second line or something?
Yeah, they have second liners.
Second line, whatever the hell. Second string, basically, is how I would call it. But a guy that's going to be at best a second string player. So, honestly, I'm going to go to that fucking room at that they put in Wells Fargo now where you can just go break shit and fuck around. I'm just going to go smash a bunch of shit there because that's basically all I can do to support this team. I've been to a couple Flyers games. They're a ton of fun, but ever since I remember, the Flyers haven't been good. Ever since 2012, they haven't been worth watching. That was probably the last time I sat down and watched a full Flyers team start to finish, if I wasn't at the game live. Josh, you're kind of more an expert on this.
We had a string for 10 years where we missed the playoffs, made the playoffs, missed the playoffs, made the playoffs. So I don't know why you haven't watched since 2012.
Make the finals again and I'll watch. Anyway,
I hate lotteries and drafts. I hate the NBA lottery. I hate this. I don't understand why it happens. I don't get why it's not just basic standings. But Tom kind of made a great point. 4th to 5th doesn't really matter. In hockey, it's normally like the drop off from 2 to 3 is huge. And a lot of times it's 1 to 2. You can go back to like the 07 draft where number 1 was Patrick Kane, like all-time NHLer, all-time Chicago Blackhawks legend. And the Flyers took JVR at number 2. JVR has been a very consistent player. Not a number 2 all-around player. Like the drop-off between Patrick Kane to him is huge. So it kind of sucks. Like McJesus was number 1. Like the drop-off between him and number 2 is huge. So I don't know. I feel like the Flyers are kind of in limbo and have been for a while. But that's hockey. You just got to get hot at the right time. So, like, really bad teams can get really hot at the right time and make the playoffs. So, like, I'm always going to have hope. Like, I'm not going to not watch the Flyers. I'm not going to not think they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, there's a lot of hope. I hope. Jack?
Yeah, no. They are one of the franchises in Philadelphia that is screwed. And has been screwed for the past 5-6 years. The only consistent and decent franchise in Philadelphia are the Soul. They win every year. I don't know if it's still a thing.
They do win every year.
Yeah, they are. So great answer.
They're the Yankees of arena football.
Exactly. So that's our only hope. But I mean, it's really all about, like Josh said, getting hot at the right time. Don't really have an upper management crew that's doing well in the draft and just in general overall. So my hopes are very low for the Flyers. Sorry, Josh.
They are.
I mean, my hopes are low, but like I'm gonna go in like feeling good, and then by January I'll probably be very upset again. But whatever.
So me with the Phillies, I go in with high hopes in April. And I'm pissed off by June.
That's why I don't go with high hopes in for the Eagles, because I know that I'll get let down as a Phillies fan. And it's time for everybody's maybe favorite part of the night, maybe second favorite. I don't know. Ballpark Tommy's kind of a fucking legend around here. But
time for everybody's favorite part of the show, 302 Trivia with your host, Jack Dalton, the mayor of Delaware.
Hey everyone! I hope everyone's doing well this fine Memorial Day, 2 days after Memorial Day weekend. This week's trivia question is: which Eagle has the most single-season interceptions in one season? Which Philadelphia Eagle has the most interceptions in a single season? And I'll give you the answer. I'll give you the answer at the end of the show. Thank you.
Let us know in the comments who you guys think is that answer. Moving on to our next topic. Okay, it's a little bit more upbeat. We can have a little bit more fun.
Doubt it.
No. This is a complete day and night change from what it was last year, and this is one of the best parts about Philly sports right now.
Thank God Jalen Hurts gone.
Fucking revamp at this position. Jack, how are you feeling about this? And give us your wide position preview, maybe for each receiver, or at least Devonta Smith and AJ Brown. Give me a yards prediction too, and touchdowns, please.
Okay. So yeah, this is probably one of our best receiving cores we've had since we won the Super Bowl. But here's the thing. Yes, we have not superstars, but really good receivers this season. But at the same time, like we hit on it before, that's good and all. But if we can't complete a single pass, if Jalen Hurts can't complete a single pass, then it's a waste of money for these top-notch receivers. So going off of yards and touchdowns, I'm going to go with Quez Watkins. Let me think. I think he's going to have 1,000-yard season this year with at least 8 touchdowns. I think A.J. Brown's going to have also a 1,000-yard season this year, and I think he's going to have a little more than 10 touchdowns. And then Devonta Smith is just going to be go beast mode, and I think he's going to have close to 1,200 yards this season, and he's going to have the majority of our touchdowns this season. And Jalen Reagor, why is he on there? Is he still in the receiving core? Like, I'm not expecting a lot out of him. I think we're mainly
slack. Come on, his buddy just passed away.
Here's the thing.
And he could thrive. He could thrive now that there's so much for you to forget about.
Here's the thing. So this is what's going to happen. So we have Quez Watkins, really awesome receiver. A.J. Brown, phenomenal receiver. And then Devonta Smith is just a beast. So if they're going to double team these 3 receivers, Jalen Reagor's going to be open all day long. But he has to catch a ball. And that's one thing. He has to catch it, bring it in. And he's going to be like their 4th target, I think, this season.
You're forgetting about Pascal.
Yeah, I don't know why.
He's more there for depth. Let's be honest. These 4 are the
but
primary guys that they want to break out.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely put him over Reagor, 100%.
You have so much invested. Give Reagor one more season and then cut him. That's what I would do. And give him a chance to thrive like Jack's saying. But anyway, Tom, give us a preview. And like Jack just did, give me AJ and Devontae's yards predictions too. And touchdowns.
I think both. I don't think they'll both go over 1,000 because one's going to steal yards away from the other. So it's not. But I think Devonta will get over 1,000. I think he's going to be the guy that gets over 1,000. Because I bet you, because A.J. Brown's a bigger dude, they're going to throw to him in more shorter situations towards the goal line. So I don't think he'll get the yards like Devonta Smith will. That being said, I think, though, A.J. Brown gets more touchdowns than Devonta Smith. I think he hits double digits. And I don't think Devonta Smith hits double digits. Quez Watkins, I don't think he'll have a ton of touchdowns. He'll have a ton of yards, though. He'll have like 800 yards on the season, I think. Jalen Reagor's stat line is going to look like 40 good job, guys, and little hand claps. 17 benches rode. Let's see, what else is he going to have? He's going to hand out some nice Gatorades to everyone. I think Pascal's going to start well over him and go off. We don't have to worry about our blocking receiver, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. He's converting to tight end, and he won't ever play because we'll have Richard Rodgers or someone else start over him.
Dick Rod.
So, yeah.
Joshy?
That was bleak, Tom, but expected.
I thought I had a good outlook on Brown and Smith.
I actually kind of agree with you, to be honest, there, Tommy boy. I think this is going to sound like very convoluted, but Devonta Smith is going to have a lot of catches. He's going to go over 1,000 yards, maybe not that many touchdowns. Okay. I think Quez Watkins is going to have not that many catches, going to go over 1,000 yards and have a good amount of touchdowns because we're just going to throw him the long balls. So he'll probably, I think he's going to have like the 4 catches per game and like the 125-yard like mark. A.J. Brown's going to have a lot of catches, a lot of touchdowns, not that many yards. I actually think A.J. Brown, I'm going to say sub 750 yards, in my opinion.
I can see that.
Pascal, I really don't know how they plan on using him. I like that pick as the physical receiver after the A.J. Brown trade. I don't know how much he's going to be involved in the offense. Jalen Reagor, yeah, I really like to believe in people, but I just don't see him getting a lot of play time this year. You
sound just like me, so you're bleak too. Then.
I know, but I'm always bleak. I'm actually more of a devil's advocate type of guy.
Whatever.
So
your hair's looking cute at least.
No, thank you, Tom. The headphones really pull my hair back. I don't look as good as I should. But...
All right, Josh. All right, got to get myself ready because this is about to be the most well thought out point I have ever made on this show. All right.
I'm not saying much there. Not a high bar to pass there.
All right. I never played football, but this is about to be pretty dang good. All right. I think at the end of the day, A.J. Brown will have 800 to 1,000 yards, 10 to 12 touchdowns in that range. The reason is I don't see him going past 1,000. I don't, honestly. The Eagles haven't had a physical wide receiver that's went past 1,000 yards, honestly, probably since Harold Carmichael or maybe Freddie Mitchell, but I doubt it. It's probably been since Harold Carmichael, if he even got 1,000 yards back in like the 70s. Anyway, how many yards do you guys think Alshon Jeffrey had in 2017?
650.
820.
789. What about 2018? He did have a little bit more. 843.
Yeah.
So he had 843 yards. Like, we haven't had a wide receiver that's even went past 900 yards that's physical. So I don't see AJ going past 1,000 yards. Moving on to Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith, I see being our leading receiver. I think that this is his year to break out. A.J. Brown should get double covered, and Devonta is slick and shifty and small, and you forget about him. So I got him at 900 to 1,100 yards, 7 to 8 touchdowns. I do agree with you guys. A.J. Brown will lead in touchdowns. Devonta Smith will probably lead in yards. Moving on to Quez Watkins, I got him at 500 to 700 yards, 4 to 6 touchdowns, I think. He's going to be that deep threat guy that, you know, is going to get a couple good touchdowns here and there for you. And then Jalen Reagor, I got anywhere from, 400 to 500 yards and 3 to 5 touchdowns. And I want to be clear, for Jalen Reagor, that's pretty good. That's a good bounce back here if he can put up 400 to 500 yards and 3 to 5 touchdowns.
When's the last time he had a touchdown?
No, he had 3 last year, I think. Probably like week 2 or 3 or something last year.
He's really good at those garbage touchdowns.
He is very good at those garbage time touchdowns. But, I mean, hey, a touchdown's a fucking touchdown in my opinion. So this team, I'm very excited to see what these young wide receivers can do. And things are looking up for the Philadelphia Eagles at this position. So NFL teams should be feared. All right. We brought in our Sixers expert isn't here tonight, Declan, but we did bring in another Sixers fan for you. The fucker's here, Mr. Greg. What's up, Greg? How you doing tonight?
Good, man. How you doing, gentlemen?
You're so ugly.
Good.
Holy
what are you
shit.
eating there tonight? What do you got for us?
Dude, I just got home from basketball, actually.
Oh, B-ball?
Sausages.
Wieners! Can you show us?
Yeah,
Are they Italian?
Show us to the camera.
There they are. I got some.
So, Greg, let me ask, why is your name Splash? You're really ass at basketball. That's all I've heard.
It's supposed to be ironic.
Anyway, Greg.
Are you going to eat? What the hell is going on here?
This dude is like the craziest dude we know. He's like a diehard Sixers fan, though, I think. No, I'm just kidding. I know. That's the one thing that I will give Greg credit for. Things are not looking up for the Sixers. Tom and I were talking about it today. We think that this team has honestly maxed out potential. What do you think?
I mean, we put all our chip. We put, like, we were all in this year. And that's the.
You muted yourself, my guy.
Jesus.
You're good. You're good. Keep going.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that's the issue when you go all in, like we did this year. You went all in. You went for that big trade. Harden was slow. You know what I mean? Harden ended up being slow. Not like I'd take him back, but not for like half the money. Because you want to get someone else. Like the only way you can really come back is if you get someone like Bradley Beal. You know what I mean? Like if you get someone who can really push that offense, you get a great backup center because Joel is always going to get hurt. They're always going to bully him. They're always going to hit him. And so we didn't have the backup where we needed. And I know I'm going a little Larry here, but okay, DeAndre Jordan, he was too slow for Adebayo. Too old as well. Who else could have done it? Oh, Paul Reed. He's too short. He's more of a power forward, in my opinion, center. So that's the issue. We went all in. We could be screwed, but it all depends. If we finesse a great offseason and we get the tools we need and Embiid can pull out another season like he just did, we could have a chance. But that's a big if. You know what I mean? I think we have the potential to be a good team, but to be a championship level team is a big question.
To be a good team is for sure. They're not going to be ass like they were, but like at the end of the day, if they can go out and get what was I going to say? Like you said, the problem is the East is going to be so stacked next year. Like I'll just go real quick. Anyway, yeah, the East is going to be stacked. The Celtics, I think, are going to only get better. They're very young. And I hate to say that, but it's true. I think that the Heat is going to have vengeance next year. They're probably going to try to make some kind of a trade. So I think it's going to be – and the Bucks, I think, are a very good team. And the Bucks, I don't think were as good as they should have been this year. So I think the East is only going to get better. I'm going to be, a negative Nelly. The championship window is closed. You wasted Joel Embiid's prime. I was scared that we wasted his prime 2 years ago when we didn't re-sign Butler, and I knew that moment it would be it. And I had a feeling this year that maybe we could do something, maybe we could win a championship, and I wouldn't have to say that to myself every night for the rest of my life. I'm going to have to say that to myself every night for the rest of my life. Just things are not looking up. Doc Rivers just comments during the season about players, like stupid shit. Like, this isn't the Paul Reed show. A player had a great game. Just laugh at a joke and say, yeah, he had a great game. Don't fucking, we're one team. It doesn't matter what he says. What? It's 2022. Just say good job and pat him on the back. Give him an attaboy.
Here's my skepticism of, like, when you said the Heat. If you thought we were snubbed in past years, the Heat has been snubbed almost 3 years. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking in the finals, Eastern Finals, like 3 years in a row. You know what I mean? Like, they have literally been snubbed that many times. So you have to start to wonder, are their teammates feeling the same way we are? Butler probably doesn't want out, but you have to think of people like Oladipo. He knows he came back. He went there because he was injured and no one wanted to have that liability, but he showed his worth again. He might go somewhere else. Kyle Lowry literally said he wasted his year by not winning. All the players are pissed. You got Bam Adebayo ripping his jersey. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them left. I don't know who's a free agent this year or if someone requests a trade. But you also realize they got snubbed, so the Heat might fall apart. Because you have to remember, the Hawks last year were great. They had a good team. They fell apart this year. You never know what will happen. But then again, you're right. The East is strong. The Celtics are great. But we also have to ask ourselves, he won't carry us there, but how better will Maxey be next year?
No, that's a good point, Jack.
Yeah, I kind of, we all said it previous episodes. It's bust or championship, and we saw that's a bust, and it's gonna take a while to recover from this. We had a really good team this year, but our depth wasn't there, and we only, transition maybe 6 players, 7 players a game, whereas we need to have that depth on the bench where we can fill in the spots if Embiid's injured or if he's tired. Because Embiid was our whole team this year, and you saw how we struggled when he was on the court, and we relied so heavily on him that we need to draft somebody or pick somebody off in the offseason that can fill that spot when Embiid's on the court. James Harden, didn't really do shit in the playoffs this year. He had that one game he dropped like 30 points, but he wasn't consistent at all. And, Matisse Thybulle, he was doing the whole code thing, but he didn't play as well as he could have. So there's a lot of question marks that I am left with after the season.
Josh,
I got nothing. I got nothing. I'm afraid that like the Sixers are going to be good, but just get stuck in like the getting beaten in the second round of the playoffs purgatory.
It feels like we're just repeating ourselves. Like,
no, literally, time is a flat circle with the Sixers. It's like the same thing every time. It's like, you need like a 3-point shooter guy. Like, it's the same thing.
And here's the thing, too. Like, if we had Drummond still, I feel like the playoffs would have been different because think about it. We lost the lead for the first 2 games of Miami. We got smoked. If he wasn't injured or if we had a center who could actually keep up with Adebayo, it would have been a different story, or at bare minimum, a game 7. You know what I mean?
I still think we should not have – I think we should have re-signed Dwight Howard. People did not like him. I thought he was a baller. I thought he really helped out.
I like Drummond Howard.
I like Drummond. I like Drummond better. They should bring Drummond and Curry back.
Yeah, Howard was too physical. He drew too many fouls.
Drew too many technical fouls.
I like that though. That's that Philly edge.
It was a Philly
but that's how we lost against Atlanta, Josh.
That's not why we lost against Atlanta.
And Ben Simmons.
We lost against Ben Simmons.
We also blew like a 30-point lead in Game 5.
Real quick, I do want to thank our friend for coming on tonight, Mr. Greg Fernandez. If you want to come and keep coming on and talk Sixers with us, let me know. I love having you on this segment. Appreciate you. Have a great night, brother.
Greg, you're a bitch.
I just want to know what sausage he's eating.
It looks like he had
He's
3
eating
different.
Bratwurst.
Or maybe some Wiener Schnitzel.
All right, guys, we're going to do a little bit of film breakdown. We've actually never done this before. But real quick, I'll just give you guys a quick background, and then I'll just show the film, and then I'll let you guys say whatever you want. Jalen Hurts' new throwing motion was displayed in OTAs, and it looks really good. I watched it today. I think his new throw really does a good job of using more of his hips and not his shoulders and his arm. He's really using more of his lower body strength, which I think is where he's built a little bit better.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's a locker room legend, or not locker room. He's a weight room legend, warrior, and he squat so much. So seeing that video with the torque in his hips, I think it's going to be hopefully a consistent throw.
That's hot.
All right, let's see if this works. I've actually never done this on StreamYard. There's literally no sound of this, but watch this. So you slow it down a little bit more, like Jack's saying. Look at the torque with the arm, the arm, only the right arm. It's not as much as him twisting his shoulders and getting power from that. That's how I throw because I'm weak and I'm small. I throw a football like this and I keep up my old arm. Look at how he keeps his arm up here in the throw a little bit longer, and he moves more of his shoulders, and he's relying on that back leg. And then watch the newer throw with it. You do see a very, very big improvement. I'll play it one more time for you guys, and if you guys want me to play it and you guys want to say anything, let me know. But here you go. Once again, see how the arm is tucked a little bit more? That's phenomenal. I love that. That's good. The ball's going to get out quicker, and you're using more of this rather than like this, because that's literally how I throw a football, like kind of like a wiffle ball, and that's not good. So there's the old throw again. You see how that arm's kind of up, and I do like that he learned how to tuck that arm. And I feel like the ball's getting released a little bit quicker. So shout out to Tom Brady. Jack?
Yeah, no, like I said, I mean, we've seen him in the season where he would just like leave a ball short because he didn't have enough strength. Whereas now he has that more torque. He follows forward with his throw, and it's going to be a more consistent and accurate pass than he has had in the past season. So I think, we needed this. And like I said, before we started season 2, we need him to throw the ball, learn how to throw the ball. He's good on his feet. He just needs to throw the ball because we've seen him throw passes short to receivers. That was an easy catch, easy pass. So seeing this now, I'm excited to see what he can do this season. And this is going to be a make or break season for him. So hopefully this helped out.
No, I think it's definitely good. Like from your football experience, Jack, because you did play offensive line. We'll bring it in here. And obviously, you know more about football than Josh. Why, my friend?
Because I think I had 5 yards and Josh had 0.
That's right, motherfucker. Anyway, the point is, Jack,
Unbelievable.
how valuable is it for a young QB like Jalen Hurts, who isn't really, good at reading, to just get the ball out early with power and just make that first read if it's there and hit the guy, rather than holding on to it and scrambling? It's
very important. I mean, getting the ball out quicker and stop dropping back so much. We're gonna see a night and day difference from last season, and this is gonna be, a huge upper leg or whatever you want to call it for the season.
Yeah, hopefully good things come from it. Mr. Tommy Boy?
I think when you show – I wish we could see his full, lower body as well in the –
Me too.
Throw.
It does look like he's leaning more centered, though, rather than on his back leg. It does look like
more
look at how he comes out and he's leaning down a little bit. That is good. His lower shoulder's tucked a little.
So – in the first video, you see he kind of barely pushes off of his back leg, which I'm not an expert in football throwing, but I had to learn a lot about throwing motion, at least for baseball, because I was a catcher. You had to learn how to coach pitchers through different things as well and their mechanics. You want to be able to all your power comes off of pushing off that back leg and the hips. And Jack, I'll give you your one and only shout out I'll ever agree with you on. He's a weight room warrior. I agree with you. He's got to use those legs. He's got to thrust the hip. Shout out to the ladies. I know they love it. He's got a thrust.
Oh, right.
Like, that's where he's going to get all his power. He was a terrible downfield passer last year. Let's just admit it. Quez Watkins should have sued this man because he wasn't getting him the ball downfield. No, hopefully now that he knows how to use both feet instead of just using his front foot, that he can get Quez Watkins that ball downfield. And all of a sudden, it'd be a scary offense, actually. Instead, he's got to throw these little rinky-dink passes to Devonta Smith, who, thank God, makes him look good. So
yeah,
that's
I agree with that. No, that's a good point. He shouldn't rely on that one leg as much. He needs to rely on both legs because he's a weight room warrior, not just his fucking back leg. Is that?
I don't want to sound like a dick to you guys, but the weight room warrior thing has nothing to do with that back leg. That's all mechanics. Like, you think Tom Brady's a weight room warrior? And to me, what?
But it's on the legs and him being more consistent.
It is in the hips, but you can't even tell in this video. This is the equivalent of Ben Simmons hitting 3-pointers in like a gym in the middle of the summer. I'll believe this when I see this. We heard talk of Carson Wentz changing his mechanics, and it never happened. I'm not getting my hopes up for anything.
Yeah,
That's
but I think Jalen Hurts has a better mental than Carson does. That
means a lot coming from Tom.
I'll agree with you, Tom, but this has been an issue for Jalen Hurts literally since his freshman year at Alabama, and he has yet to
Nick
change.
Saban didn't seem like he really much wanted to coach him too. That's why he left to go to Oklahoma.
That's fake news there, buddy. But
I think Nick Saban, the man who can just look one way and he finds another 5-star recruit coming his way to fill any position he wants, really was going to spend a ton of energy and time to develop this guy, whereas he has another guy who can just do the job, job.
At the time, Bama was not a QB school, Tom. Don't forget that. Jalen Hurts was the first big-name QB to play in the NFL from Bama.
I thought that was Tua. Tua was drafted first, I thought. Because Tua left there.
There have been.
They were technically drafted the same year.
Jalen was the guy before Tua, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on that. I think at the end of the day,
I just don't believe this.
What you're saying is true, though. It's the equivalent. I did like that analogy. I got to give you props on that. That was good. The Ben Simmons analogy is accurate. I don't know. I think that this is a good step in the direction. He's got the confidence on. He's got the fucking shade. He's been hanging out with Big Dick Brady. No, I'm just kidding. That's Big Dick nickname. But no, seriously, Tom Brady is the fucking
He just has a golden dick.
Yeah. Respect where it's due. Tom Brady's the GOAT. But learning from him, like, I do like that arm's tough, and it seems like the ball is coming out quicker. Look at how quick that flick of the wrist is right there.
The video's in slow-mo.
I know, that makes it even more impressive.
That makes it even more impressive. That's why I'm with Tom. I was watching it in slow-mo today, and I went, holy fuck, this is in slow motion. Like, I don't know. Like, it just feels like, look at how much more slower. He's patting the ball a couple times. He's, like, thinking, and look, it's just a quicker release. It feels more natural, and I do like that he comes out ducking out of the pocket. If you guys like more film reviews like these, or you guys like us analyzing stuff like this, let me know. And I can kind of create film breakdowns for us because I do enjoy doing this. And, Jack and Josh do have a little bit of a resume with football. So they're good in the film room.
More so me. Yeah, no, this is not going to happen. I'll take this. If things don't work out, we're going to draft. We're going to draft a quarterback in next year's draft. The quarterback prospects in next year's draft is a lot better than it was this year. And I don't want Aaron Rodgers at all in Philly. I don't like that man. He's a good player. I do not like the man. He's kind of an asshole. I just think that he's going to cause so many issues if he were to come to Philly with upper management and the coaches. And I think we have a better chance drafting quarterback than giving this guy a shitload of money to play. And he's old also. So I'm saying that's a no for me, dog, with Aaron Rodgers coming. That's my 2 cents.
All right. I guess Jack doesn't like Mr. Rodgers. Josh?
I love Aaron Rodgers as a player. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, I was going to say,
yeah,
no Blair Witch Project.
I love him as a player and as a
Taylor
person. I think he's a chill player. There's just no way he's coming to Philly. He's not going to leave Green Bay and go somewhere else where it gets cold in the winter. This man's going to Cali or he's retiring. That's what's going to happen. Like, why would you come to like a city that is so stressful to play in as your like retirement gig? That makes no sense. Right, Tom?
Right.
See, Tommy agrees with us.
Tom thinks about retirement a lot. I mean, he's
Who doesn't, man? Work sucks.
I'm trying to retire by 30. Come on now.
Good luck there, bud.
You better start that OnlyFans sooner than you were talking about.
I know, right?
If things don't work out, I mean, it feels like I would do this if I was the GM. And go ahead and hate on me, but let me get it out first. The Eagles are a win-now team, and Aaron Rodgers is a win-now QB. Andrew Crokin sending a fucking novel right here in the chat. Put that shit back on the screen. I'll read it. If my guy's taking the time to fucking – the Eagles will go undefeated at 17. Okay, take that shit fucking off the screen. Never mind. Anyway, no, I'm just fucking around. I'm kidding. But I hope that they go 17-0. I do believe in Jalen Hurts, Andrew. I just don't know if they'll go 17-0. I think they could totally be a 13-12 win team. And people tell me I'm on crack for that, but it could totally happen. But that's because the Eagles are a win-now team. And if it doesn't work out next season, get rid of Jalen Hurts immediately. I love Jalen Hurts. I'm hoping he's the guy. I want him to break out. But you need to win now. The NFL is a business. The franchise is a business. Go out, get Aaron Rodgers. The NFC isn't really that good. I don't think it will be that much better next year. Brady will probably retire or be like fucking on one limb by then. So hopefully the NFC will be wide open. Go there, team up with A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, have Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson. And if Aaron Rodgers goes there, Kelsey's coming back for one more year. I would guarantee, even if Kelsey retires, Kelsey would probably come out of retirement to try and get one more ring. I know that, man. So if things don't work out, I would personally go with this. But tell me why I'm crazy.
You're nuts. You're crazy. And here's why. Aaron Rodgers is going to want a lot of money. Howard does not want to pay a lot of money for a quarterback. He already saw what happened once when he paid a lot of money for a quarterback with Carson. He's not going to do it again. And Jalen Hurts, he's not a great quarterback. He's not Joe Montana. He's not Tom Brady. He's not Peyton Manning. He's not Drew Brees. He's middle of the road. He's going to win you some games, but he's not going to light it up for you. He's what people describe as what Nick Foles is outside the playoffs. That's what he is. At the end of the day. Hey, I think things can work out because of more of his mental than his ability as a passer. Because he's kind of like Lamar Jackson, a glorified running back, who can every now and then throw the ball. But I like this guy. He's swaggy. He
looks cool.
He's cool. Yeah. I like Jalen Hurts.
He's a good leader.
If things don't work out though, because he ultimately just turns out to suck this year, there's always the draft next year. And at this point, rather than try to draft a stud, then go out and get Rodgers. And that's just my personal opinion.
I say you can suck forever though. You can't have a championship team with two young wide receivers like that forever. And if we have proved one thing the Eagles have, you need a QB to go far. You don't need a QB to win the championship. So
and I think the Eagles want to stay young too.
That's true. That's a good point. I just think, honestly, in my opinion, with all the money, you might as well go in on it now because in a couple years, Devonta Smith is going to need a big contract. Jordan Mailata is going to want an extension because I think that they did him for 4 years. So, okay, maybe let's think about in the next 2 years. Miles Sanders is probably going to want to get paid next year. There's a lot of key pieces on the Eagles that I think we have to pay next year. The good news is Howie, I think, was smart and did lock up players like Dallas Goedert, the key players that he needed to this year. But there's still a lot of open ends, I think, next year. And there's going to be a couple new players that I think end up coming on this team and breaking out that we're going to want to sign for longer that we may not have the capital for. So I do think if the money's an issue, no. But if he wants to come here to win, awesome. But I don't know. I think that he would fit right in with the Philly culture, though. I really do. I think that the city would embrace the fuck out of him. But I didn't do the fun topic tonight because I literally didn't have time. I just finished the graphics a little bit earlier. So we don't have a graphic for it, but we are going to talk about it on the show tonight. And our last topic, our fun topic of the night, is if you guys had to pick one cartoon from your childhood, what would be your favorite cartoon and
pause.
Oh, wait, you're right. Let me hit your intro for you, baby.
Time for everybody's favorite part of the show, 302 Trivia, with your host, Jack Dalton, the mayor of Dalton.
Hey, everyone. Back again for a great night. The answer to this trivia question, the question again, these interceptions for the Eagles. Who has the most single-season interceptions for the Eagles? And the answer is Bill Bradley, and he's with 11 interceptions. 11 interceptions.
Damn.
In one season.
That's a lot.
I think Bill Bradley was like in the 90s. So like old Eagle. But yeah, that's the answer.
Shit. That's fucking awesome. I did not know that an Eagles player have ever had that many interceptions in one season. But anyway,
talking about cartoons, like that was a cartoon. My favorite cartoon that I would...
Your stash is cartoon.
Shut up, Tom. My cartoon that I would not want to get rid of, and I'm going to be a nerd about this, is either Pokemon.
What the fuck?
The original Pokemon, or I guess it's considered either Family Guy or South Park.
No. Gotta be a kid's cartoon. I'm not talking adult cartoons. Kids cartoons.
Then Pokemon. Pokemon is my shit. I've had all the games. I love that fucking show. Makes me get all hype about it. I want to catch them all like Ash Ketchum.
Okay. He's got his answer, and he's confident in it. Josh or Tom, do either of you have your answer ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, Jet.
Scooby-Doo.
Yes!
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Josh, never do that again. That was fucking creepy.
It's the Scooby-Doo laugh.
Right?
Dude, Scooby-Doo's the best. I love Scooby-Doo. Sometimes, like, on my birthday one year, I just watched Scooby-Doo, and this was, like, when I was in college. Like, my birthday was midsummer. I had the day off. I just watched Scooby-Doo all day. I love it.
No, that was a good answer. Any legitimate reason why, or that's all you got for us?
I mean, like, it's just Scooby-Doo. It's just amazing.
Well, Josh, how do you like Scooby-Doo if you hate dogs?
I don't hate dogs. Well, okay, Scooby-Doo's not really like a dog, though. Like, he's like...
He is a dog. He is a fucking dog.
He's more like a character. That's like his species. That's not really like what he is, though.
He's a dog.
All right, shut up, Tom.
Tommy boy, lay it on me.
Looney Tunes, specifically any ones with Bugs Bunny.
What about Lola?
What
you
about
like Lola?
Yeah.
She's fine, but I'd rather. Oh my god! Hey, you perverts can get your head out of the gutter. Here, I like Bugs Bunny. Especially with like Daffy Duck, the like slapstick comedy. I enjoy it personally. I love all the running around they do. I love all that stuff. The act.
We would watch Looney Tunes and all that shit on the TV box on the 70s TV with the antenna on the top.
More like the 30s. But go on. I just enjoy. I enjoy it. I could sit in front of a TV all day and watch old Looney Tunes. It's great. They're great.
Interesting.
All right. I mean, hey, it's an honest answer, so I cannot hate on anybody with an honest answer. My answer is a little bit odd, but it was a show that I always liked watching growing up, especially when I was a kid. I loved it, and it's Hey Arnold. If you guys remember that show, that show was always very well. Josh, you need a fucking childhood then. Hey Arnold or Rocket Power. Rocket Power was always a good show, but I think Hey Arnold just takes the cake for me. I definitely think any show on Nickelodeon is superior. Zoe 101, that's not a cartoon, but just Nickelodeon. My point is, Nickelodeon, as we were kids growing up, I think had the best cartoons, the best shows, the best
Cat Dog.
Kids as a whole. Cat Dog, I was going to say that. That's a great one.
Never seen it.
And then they also had that one show, I forget what it was, in the 90s, the Tomb, like where you would jump in the obstacle course or whatever. I forget the name of it. But you know what I'm talking about. Temple Run, yeah.
No, definitely not Temple Run. That's
not Temple Run. That was the game.
Dummies.
That was like the iPhone game.
Also, classic was Tom and Jerry.
I was just about to say that, Jack. I was like, Tom and Jerry's a good one.
I love that show because
we have a call in from Aaron. Legends of the Hidden Temple. That's what it was.
On Nickelodeon.
Never heard of that. I didn't watch. I don't know any of this stuff.
Josh, you never had childhood. You were just too busy.
They would get like the little they had to get like the pieces and make the charm or the medallion thing.
That sounds like Survivor.
That
without
was
getting
caught.
Oh.
It was like a maze they had to go through.
I watched
awesome.
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. You know,
Okay.
All right.
Like I didn't watch a lot of cartoons. Star Wars, Clone Wars. That's more like animation than like cartoon, but that's a good one too.
That is a good one. That's a great fucking answer. I mean,
Star Wars sucks dick.
All right, good.
Star Wars is for pussies, guys who have less than 0 yards on the football team. Watch Star Wars, and guys who have 5 yards on the football team just watch awesome shit. Other than that, that's all we got for y'all tonight. Everybody have a great night, and anybody want to say anything before we wrap up?
Yeah, it's a outro, not an intro. Josh,
Come
go
on.
fuck
Thanks
yourself.
for watching, everybody.
Zep didn't have a childhood. Heard it here first.
Zep was a pussy when he was a kid.
Jack still has yet to grow facial hair on this show.
I like turtles.